Welcome to DipAToe.
The DipAToe, Let's Talk Crypto show.
How you doing tonight, Simon?
Oh, I'm doing great. Doing great. It's raining in my neighborhood, so we don't have to worry about no fires today.
It's a little bit muggy here, and I have my friendly, my little friendly gnat fruit fly thing flying around my face again.
Man,
so
you know what? I'm gonna send you. I'm telling you, Harbor Freight's about to have the 4th of July sale. You can get the electric fly swatter and just bam, they'll never come back. I'm telling you, they will not come back.
I need it. Well, tonight, I want to welcome. We got 14 people in here already. Yay! Go DipAToe. Share this out. Get a lot of people in here. So tonight, Simon, we have some special guests on here to talk about the Shakaka coin. Yes, there's a new meme coin called the Shakaka coin. And I know some of you might know that I've been guesting on Ladies Night on Friday nights with 68J. He has a Ladies Night, Crypto4Life channel on YouTube.
Yep, good show.
So anyway, I've gotten to know him over the past several months, and he's friends with a lot of people that I'm friends with, and they've created he and his best friend Mike Owens have created a meme coin. And you know me, I'm very reserved when it comes to these type of things. I'm very much a DipAToer. And I've kind of dabbed my toes in a little bit of some meme coins, but never really understood or even looked into the tokenomics of them. And so anyway, I was asked to be an ambassador for this coin. And I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to do that? But after talking with them, I'm looking at this as an educational journey for myself and for others. Because you'll be so proud of me. I actually I bought some Shakaka coin, and I never had a MetaMask wallet before. So I taught myself how to open a MetaMask.
All right. Okay.
I went through the whole thing, and I felt really good about it. So anyway, we have these two on tonight.
Great.
And so I'm going to do my little opening. And so tonight we're welcoming the founder and the ambassadors of a new meme coin called Shakaka coin, Mike Owens and James McFadden, aka 68J. The journeys of these two dynamic men showcase the pinnacle of entrepreneurial success and diversified investment. Mike Owens is a seasoned businessman and entrepreneur with over 30 years of experience. He owns 4 car lots in Las Vegas and California, and he has investments in both real estate and the movie industry. And he's made millions in traditional business and holds $1 million crypto portfolio. He is the actual founder of the Shakaka coin. And he is joined today by his best friend of many years, Mr. James McFadden, also known as 68J. And Jay is a proud, dedicated husband and father, a former overseas basketball player turned entrepreneur with over 26 years in business. He's owned car lots in California, cell phone stores, and even owned an ABA pro basketball team. Nice. And James was also a motivational speaker for 25 years. So he's achieved success in both the traditional business and crypto investments, and he too holds $1 million crypto portfolio. So together, Mike and James have a strong commitment to innovation and growth in the cryptocurrency landscape, and they aim to put this Shakaka coin on the map with their extensive business backgrounds and investment success. So I'm super excited to welcome.
This is gonna be fun.
Let's bring these gentlemen on the stage here, Mr. Mike Owens and 68J McFadden. How are you guys doing tonight?
Absolutely incredible.
Oh, that was awesome. That was totally awesome.
After that introduction, you're making me want to FOMO into crypto even more. What can I say?
I think you're just trying to one up Mike right now in his portfolio.
Yeah. Glad to be here. Appreciate you guys. It was amazing to meet you guys in Las Vegas on the Thursday night. that you guys put together. It was absolutely incredible. We had a great time, and you guys are two of the greatest. So it's definitely an honor being on your show.
Thank you.
Likewise, real deal. Like, just to touch on Vegas, my man. Good conversation. You know, everybody was all there together, like literally together. You know what I mean? And we just wanted to meet each other and have good conversation and foster new relationships. You know, going forward, and that's what that was all about. And here we are today. So thank you for that. And again, Jay, it was great to hang out with you and have a great conversation with you in Vegas. And Mike, where were you? Where were you?
Hey, I got there the next day. I had to miss that first day, but I'm here now though. I'm definitely here now.
Good. You busy? You busy? I like it. So welcome
Well,
both of you to the show.
it looks like
appreciate
you guys brought a posse with you. There's 41 people in here. We
right.
got Sean Thompson, Richard Duffy is in here, Rev Rich, the New Mindset, and Keita, our good friend Keita's in here.
Keita.
Also an ambassador. And Bullish Big D.
That's
Marvin
Big
Davis
D.
is in the house. Norsine Taylor. Who else we got?
We got CJ in the house.
Payme and XLM is in here.
Oh, what's up, my dude?
Yeah. So we've
Awesome.
got quite a
out.
bit. If you guys would please share this stream, whether you're watching, we're streaming on a lot of channels tonight. So we're on Facebook, we're on X Space, or not X Spaces, but X, and several of our YouTube channels. So we're from wherever you're watching. If you'd please share it and like and subscribe to the channel, we'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Quick shout out, by the way, to Noreen Taylor, a friend of mine for about 30 years, her and her husband, Sammy, and to Reverend Richard Duffy, who's also a new ambassador for Shakaka Coin, pastor out in the Arizona area. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
So excited. Oh, our friend Cheap Suit's in here. We can name them all. I mean, we've got JC's in here now.
JC,
and Halifax.
my brother. Yes.
Yeah. So before we start drilling you guys with all of our questions, because that's what I like to do.
That's all right.
I would like you to tell us a little bit about yourself, and I'd like to start with Mike Owens, please. If you just kind of introduce yourself, and I gave a little background, but let's let the audience know who you are.
Yeah, after that introduction you got, I mean, you left me with very little, but yeah. I'm a serial entrepreneur, like you mentioned in the intro. Married, 3 wonderful kids. Out here wanting to halfway semi-retired, but I got to keep going with the businesses that I have, and looking for a way out eventually. Met up with James after 30 years of friendship. He decided to move out here, and he rekindled a flame in me for starting new business ventures. So here we are with the Shakaka coin. After I was trying to slow down, here I go picking up speed again to try to get to a different finish line. So I'm just enjoying the ride. Big listener, not a big talker, but a big listener, trying to find out what the needs are of the community and people. And just glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, welcome. We're so glad that you came.
What
about you? What about you, Mr. 68J? Give the audience a little background.
8J, I love it. No, so me and Mike go back 30 years, and I've known Mike for a long time. We actually met each other when we both owned car lots in California. We met at an auction and connected that first day, and been best friends ever since. And it's funny because crypto has taken me and my wife. I've been in 2017, got in 2017 after being in all those traditional businesses, after raising our kids and just really wanting the freedom, right, of not being where I have to be accountable to be in so many different countries and stuff to speak. I just, wanted to take it easy. So I looked into crypto in 2017, started trading, had a lot of fun with it, got excited about certain things like, oh God, I made a couple $100,000, but realized I left like a couple million on the table. So I said, okay, I need to maybe figure this out a little bit better. So I became a student of the game. And then just wanted to stay in the shadows. I didn't want to be a part of YouTube or anything like that, because I've given so much of my life to speaking and traveling, and people like Noreen Taylor and her husband travel the world with me in certain areas. So she knows exactly what I'm talking about. So, when I got into crypto and we did very well, and I would say as the biggest financial year of my life in 2021. I remember my wife looking up and saying, it looks like a dream. This can't be real. And that was because of crypto. So Mike Owens actually visited me in Vegas, saw what was going on, saw that, hey, this guy's doing something special. We connected. And then through that journey, my wife and I, we were traveling like a year in Hawaii, a year in wine country in California, came back to Vegas for the second time. You know, me and Mike reconnected and we started investing in various businesses. Right now, we've got a movie that we're going to be leaving in about a month to go shoot in Canada, in Chicago. It's my 4th movie. And I've got a movie that I wrote that we're going to be doing after that. So with all the things that we've had and all the success, some of our personal conversations is how can we give back? And for anyone who knows me and knows my history, from Noreen to anybody else that's been a longtime friend, including Mike, my wife and I have traveled the world giving back, whether it's orphanages, whether it's whatever. And this is not to try to impress anyone, to impress upon you. We started having that conversation on how we could give back. And then we were both sick and tired of crap. We were sick and tired of people shilling coins that a lot of our friends and family were getting into. And when I was looking at YouTube, I was also tired of people not taking accountability for their actions and the things they were saying. So that kind of led me into YouTube about 17, 18 months ago. And then Mike and I came together after me just kind of saying Shakaka all the time. The reason I was saying that is I didn't want to offend anyone's project. So I just made up this Shakaka word and not to say the other word. And so Mike says, why don't we take that and spin it into an opportunity for people, a for us, by us mindset for the little guy who wants something that's sustainable, that they can actually be a part of. And then let's put together a team of ambassadors so that we can show the credibility that we're real. You know who we are, you know where we're from, you know our backgrounds, and try and do something different. And that's what brought to life Shakaka coin.
Wow.
Shakaka.
Shakaka. You know, I mean, it is a super fun name.
Yeah.
I've been seeing there's already a ton of talented folks out there making these funny graphics with Shakaka, and I'm getting a big kick out of it already. So I'm super excited about it. So all right, me being, you know, I'm a DipAToe, I'm a slow person. I've been in the crypto space for several years now. I think I got in 2019-ish. But I haven't really dove into to every single area. You know, I'm kind of a utility coin type of gal. Although I have bought like the Pepe coin and things like that, for no other reason, just of like, whatever, you know, it is kind of that mindset of like, I'll throw $20 at it or whatever, just to see what happens and just to kind of participate in it. But one of our questions, or one, I think is Simon said that too, was, what can you explain to us for our DipAToers, what is actually a meme coin? What is a meme coin? And like, how do they differ from what I consider these blue chip coins? You know, the top 10 type coins. How are they different? Like, what exactly is a meme coin?
Well, I'll let Mike answer that because he's more in the technical aspect of what's going on with what we're doing in the space. But I'll say this: you know, you see a lot of meme coins that are out there, and we've been having some conversations with people who understand the industry as far as the meme aspect very well. And it's a bit surprising to know that a lot of these coins don't even make it past the first 48 hours. There's thousands and thousands of meme coins that are created each and every week. And the problem with that is that you get a lot of these guys that are, you know, sitting back going, man, you know, look what Shiba, Doge, or Pepe, and some of these really amazing projects that they all started off like we are, a joke. They all started off as this thing. You know, I remember when I got into crypto back in 2017, I went straight to the Doge website and it said, no intrinsic value, a joke, you know. And so, but until it had, you know, a community that kind of got together and a strong community presence. And then all of a sudden you see Elon Musk talking about it on Saturday Night Live and all these different things. Shiba was a copycat, Pepe, you know, the same thing. And so, you know, if you have a strong community and things are being done right, you'll find that very small percentage of meme coins that actually make it. And they have created millionaires upon millionaires. But for every person who's become a millionaire, there's thousands of people that get wrecked. And then what happens is you have this group of individuals, probably, and I don't want to say for sure, but these younger guys, and we've met a couple guys where they come in with this get rich quick scheme, this rug pull mentality, this I don't care about anyone. They typically do a pre-sale, which I know that's a question that you guys want to get into, so I won't answer that. Just to try to raise up something they don't have, which is capital. We did not have that problem. And then their intentions, a lot of times you don't know who they are, you don't know where they're at, what country they're in, and they do things. They create a false, I would say, vision to the investor, and some of the things that we learned is they'll spread their coins over a whole bunch of wallets to make it seem like there's a lot of people. And so we learned that we didn't want to do any of those things. It's crypto is the greatest thing about crypto is anybody can do it. And the worst thing about crypto, well, is anybody can do it. And so when I looked at it, I told Mike, because I have a reputation, I have a long history of doing things the right way. So does Mike. And so I said, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this the right way. It's going to be a meme coin, but a meme coin with a little something extra. And Mike said, how about a meme coin for the I can't think, what did you say?
For the sophisticated
investor. And I like that. And so our whole thought process was, if we can get if we could take a bunch of incredible people, just like Melissa here, some extraordinary people in this space. We've got pastors, we've got people in highway patrolmen, firefighters, people in the government, and put them all together in our ambassador team, that we can create something extraordinary, and keep each other accountable and be a community driven base. So in short, to me, there's different types of memes, and we want to make sure that we're on the right side of that equation. But I'll let Mike get more technical into the difference. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, a meme coin, Melissa, it's just a joke. I mean, bottom line is it's just made for fun. We're having fun with it, but we're kind of poking fun at ourselves as utility investors, people that are taking the space very seriously, that are in it for the long haul. It's just a chance for us to take a little second, step away, and understand that every once in a while, no matter how much research we do, no matter how much thought we put into it, we end up with Shakaka every once in a while. Something that's it's just crap. And in addition to that, we also end up watching these meme coins do 200x, 500x, 1000x's, while we sit here and wait for our prized possessions to do what they're actually supposed to do. Now, we're utilizing Shakaka as a joke, but we just want to do it in a way where the joke is not on our community. So we put a lot of measurements in place to where if somebody invests in Shakaka, puts their value in Shakaka, it's not going to be this wild ride where most people get taken advantage of. So I heard you said before, you're just dipping a toe in this, Melissa, and we're learning about memes too. A lot of the things that we've learned about memes during this process, we didn't necessarily care for, but it didn't mean that we could exclude ourselves from the actual space. So we just decided to do it in a way that fits the criteria of what's important to us as utility investors.
Absolutely.
That's that I guess I can go ahead and ask my other question in terms of so you've never created a meme coin before, I presume, and so did you gain advice from some folks that created the existing meme coins or meme coins long gone to figure out like how this even works? Did you get advice from people, experienced people to do this?
Absolutely. It's always a learning process, but the thing that I think surprised James and I the most is people that we talked to that and they were being helpful, but they explained that they've been in numerous meme coin projects, and with their excitement, they would explain how it all works and what they're doing and how they become successful. And it threw up red flags to James and I, because how can you have the time, effort, and energy to put into numerous projects? And we realized through talking to several people that most meme coins are some type of pump and dumps. And James says I give too much credit to people. I don't always think that people are doing things maliciously. I just think that they're just taking advantage of the opportunities that present themselves, and every man for themselves. And we wanted to come with a different approach to that, where we're looking at it as a community-based meme coin where we're looking out for everybody. And the joke is not on our community. We're laughing with everybody. Everybody's having a good time together. So that's pretty much our perspective on it.
And let me add a little more value to that. You know, the thing is, we didn't know memes, but we knew business. And, you know, so many of us are betting on things that we have no idea of. Like, obviously, we can see XRP, Ripple, we can see Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, and everything that's going on. It's real. We can see that they have the potential to be the Amazon of the crypto space. But when it comes to a lot of these memes, we're taking lottery ticket type chances, like a scratcher, if you will. And unfortunately, the people who are starting these memes don't give a rat's you know what about the investors. And that's something that bothers me as a person who served people my entire life. So has Mike in the businesses that we have. So yeah, we didn't know memes, but we knew people and we knew business. And it's one of those things, my whole mindset was, if I can believe in somebody else's opportunity, I can believe enough in myself. And I love what Mike had said to me when we first met about it. He goes, you know, James, we've been betting on us our whole life. So why not bet on something that we believe in? And that's Shakaka.
Yeah. Well said, both of you. I would just like to add to that you both brought up the point about these individuals creating meme coins, right? Their motivations typically are just trying to get edge in life, right? Absolutely. So, you know, they don't have capital, right? Y'all have been around the block multiple times and built your own ecosystems. You got your own empire, so to speak. You're entrepreneurs. And there's one thing that I've realized in not only just in this game, the crypto space, but any other space, it's the entrepreneurs that game recognizes game. Right, and correct. Then when entrepreneurs like yourselves say, hey, we ain't trying to do this to eat, right? We good, right? Okay, you know what I mean? Like just right there, it's like, cool, there's a level of trust because they're not going to try to take me because they need to eat too. Right. You know, they're doing this for bigger and better endeavors for themselves. Right. You know, I would argue on a more of a spiritual level, a love level, you know, a deeper level as opposed to the trying to just come up quick. You know, so there's that being said, you both have a lot of talent and a lot of experience, right? And that right there. So DipAToers, I'm going to highlight something right here. Okay, I'm going to highlight something. We talk about doing your research, how to do it. Check out the team. Okay, this would be a green flag right here. 20 to 30 years of experience in businesses, different types of businesses, different industries. People. That's what I was gonna say. There goes the YouTube short right there. People.
No, you're good. You're good.
They serve people. That's their businesses, is serving people. Right. So they're bringing DipAToers. That's one thing when you're looking at a coin to get into. Any coin, whatever it is, and you can check out the team. You go, wow, hey, you know, I don't know anything about this person, but they got a track record here that's pretty solid, and these businesses or these ventures are still around kicking. You know, so I just wanted to highlight that, you DipAToers out there, that there is talent in the room in different industries, and there's experience in the room, and there's a desire that is not associated with hungry in a monetary way. So,
and let me add a little something if I can, just a little analogy here. You know, it's kind of like me and Mike, both early in our 20s, had car lots back in the California area. It'd be like starting a car lot and understanding what your goal is, and then you pack that car lot up with, let's say, 100 cars, and you sell all the cars, and you're so happy that you sold the cars, and maybe the cars were good or bad, whatever. And then you just, after you sold the 100 cars, you left the car lot, left the business. That's the mindset of a traditional meme coin creator. They get in, they try to take people's money and they run. Me and Mike have been building businesses for 26 to 30 years. And we understood the mindset and the commitment of doing this for our family, for our kids, for our lives, so that we could be in a position at 52 and 54 where we don't have to work again. And so, you know, we didn't do this because we have to do it. We did this because why not? If we don't do it and we don't care, we got a lot of people out there who don't care about what they're doing. So the thought process with me and Mike is, why not put something in place that people can be proud of, and you know, look forward to building as a community. And so it just made a lot of sense to us.
Having a product. Go ahead, Melissa.
I was just going to say,
go ahead.
The thing that one of the things that pushed me over the edge, and why I decided
right?
Positively, yes.
That sold you on it, right? Where you
What
felt the good
sold me
stuff
on it,
inside.
right. It is because of your values and your dedication to your family and to your people and the reputations that you've built up for yourselves, and the fact that you know, you're not going to destroy your reputation. And since this is a transparent project that's going out there, this meme coin, you're letting everybody know who you are, who's
That's
the
right.
face of this.
That's
This
good.
is not somebody in the shadows that has created this to rug pull a bunch of people. Now, for me, do I know if this is going to be a success or not? I don't know. I hope that it is. I think it's going to be great fun. I've already had a bunch of laughs, like I said, looking at the creators, the creations that they've done so far when it comes to Shakaka, and I'm sure we're going to have great fun with that. And I'm looking at this as a safe way for me to educate myself and our audience on a meme coin.
That's great.
that I, you know, so and so in my journey so far, like I told Simon at the open, you know, creating a MetaMask. I've never had a MetaMask wallet. And then I had to do the transfer, the bridge over to the base chain, which leads us to one of Simon's questions, because he picked up on this right away when I initially told him about the Shakaka coin, and that you know, would he be interested, and you know, could we put this on the show and all this kind of stuff.
Could I add value to something you just said, Melissa, if you don't mind? Sorry, apology for, but I don't want it to slip away. You said there's no guarantee. There's no guarantees in anything in crypto. There's no guarantees with anything. There's no guarantees with Shakaka. But here's what I'll say. As a young man, if I'm gonna, what I learned as a pro athlete, or I learned as a business guy, or with me and Mike, with the things we're doing in the film industry, if I'm gonna fight a fight, if I'm gonna go on a journey, I want to go with people who are dedicated and who have won. So I'm always going to look at the team. And so we've surrounded ourselves by winners. And so that's the whole concept. There's no guarantees that the Celtics was going to win a championship this year, but they fought. They went through the whole season. They went through ups and downs and injuries and peaks and valleys, and they pulled it off. So we have the mindset of a champion. We've been winning our whole lives. Can we control the narrative? Well, we can definitely practice good business habits and make sure we do things the right way. And that's really all we can ask.
Yeah.
Can I add something to that? I want to throw up a caution flag because Melissa, you said you're going to learn a fun and safe way to learn the meme culture through this coin. I want to caution you that I don't think we're following any of the typical rules of how meme coins decide to come out and what they're doing. We're trying to carve our own path on that. So if this works out for you, I don't want you to run and say, memes, let's do this.
No. What I mean is, to be honest, what I mean is, I have never looked. So when I bought the Shakaka coin, I had never looked at the transactions. And you know, all these little things that are being sent to show the volume and who's buying, and you know, the red candles and green candles and all these things. I never really looked at the meme coins in that kind of a depth. Right. And so I'm going to use this token, this coin, as a way to educate myself at what I'm looking for and what I find favorable, you know, and compare it to some of those other ones, so that I can look at the tokenomics, or whatever you call it, for some of these other coins, because we know as soon as things starts ripping, there's going to be a whole bunch of coins. I think there's I haven't looked at it yet, but there's a POS token that's out right now that is new, that I'm noticing spreading around, which is another shit coin where they, you know, pardon my language, but in any event, I'm just saying I'd be curious to look at the back end of that, you know, the numbers that I'm seeing, and just to compare it kind of along the way for my own education. So yeah, I'm definitely can see that you guys are intending to do this differently than the other.
Can I add to something there, Melissa, to further what your deep inspiration was to pursue this. I'm going to share a little bit about our phone call. Last week when we talked, and you were telling me that you got invited by Jay to be an ambassador for this meme coin, and I was like, okay, so what's up? I mean, like this is you like jumping into the deep end of the pool. Like what inspired you?
No floaties.
And she's like, well, I just want to bounce it off. I want to bounce it off you to see if you think this is a good idea or not. And I was like, well, just go ahead and kind of tell me about it. And she did. And I mean, we've talked all about it just right here. And I said, Melissa, it sounds like you're in a really good spot, and Jay has given you this beautiful opportunity to learn. You get to learn what it's like to be on a team that's creating a cryptocurrency, whether it's a joke or it's not a joke or whatever. That's all irrelevant. You get to learn this. Like Optimistic Prime, she went out on a limb. She created her own token, and she's redoing it again. That's the best way to learn. Like most of us. In fact, I think you're doing it in a way that's going to save you some serious money, because I have done some MetaMask oopsies and this and that in my years in this game since 2016. I learned School of Hard Knocks, and that cost some money. But whatever I learned, so and I think that's where you're coming from. I say, hey, just go there and learn. You get to be boots on the ground in a very transparent team right here. And that's obvious right here, right? That's very obvious, right? And you get to share your experience on this show as well as all the other ambassadors, right? They get to share that. This is what I've learned. Even Mike just said a little bit ago, and Jay both said there was things that they found out in this meme space that was just like, wow, okay, we ain't doing that. It's like the only way you're gonna get any one of us are gonna be able to really know what that is if we go into that room and go down that path. And these two brave souls right here are taking it upon themselves to not only go down there and learn, as well as all the ambassadors out here, right? But you're trying to flip the script.
Right. Well,
we're trying to do this and not have we are anti-rug pull on this one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the sentiment that I'm getting from that. So Melissa, keep going, go run, go be ambassador, Shakaka. Get the hat and the t-shirt, girl.
I think at the end of the day, one of the things that I love about this space, it allows people to shine. People like Melissa, people like yourself, and others that may not have been in the social media or in business for themselves. One of the things that I've learned in being in this space is that there's a lot of people I would never be in business with. Right. So when I look at my 26 plus years in business, I would never be in business with probably 90% of the people that are on YouTube and in this space. But what I do love about Shakaka is that me and Mike can control that narrative. And so every ambassador that we got to join our business, including Melissa, were people I said, you know what, I would do business with that person. I love who they are. I love their hearts. I love their mindsets. And so when that was our mindset to handpick, obviously we'll have a community. You can't control everybody that comes into the community. But what I do feel is that if your core and your foundation is solid and filled with incredible people, then scammers don't want to exist amongst amazing people. They want to go where other scammers are at. So it was important for us to put in place the right types of people to attract the right types of people, and that way we can control the narrative of how our opportunity with Shakaka goes.
Facts, man. Facts. Straight up facts.
I just want to say I'm honored that you included me in this, and that means a lot to me. I really appreciate that vote of confidence. So when I did buy the Shakaka coin, I had never had to bridge over. And I had to bridge over onto the base chain. And so this is something very new for me. And Simon picked up on it right away. And he said, "Ooh, that's interesting. that they chose to build on the base chain. And so, going through your creative process, what made you decide to choose the ETH base network, the base chain, to build on, to create your coin on?
That was Mike O. So I'm gonna let him. That was his decision. I'm gonna let him go ahead with that one.
There were a few that we were thinking about, but ultimately we decided to go with them based on their fees and also the tokenomics. We were able to accumulate. I think our total amount of tokens is 396 trillion, which is sort of ridiculous. You know why? Because it's a joke. Just don't take it too seriously. But also the other thought process behind that is, our ultimate goal is to take this and build it up to where we're able to get on a major exchange. And through our research, we found that what the major exchanges are going to want in exchange for listing you is tokens. We have to have the capital in order to be able to get listed. And we noticed that a lot of these meme coins, they have a lot of tricks. They come out. They throw a lot of liquidity out there as far as tokens. They diversify into numerous wallets. Everybody gets excited. You go on this wild ride, and they're selling the whole time. Right. And with our tokenomics, we did it a little bit differently. It's very transparent. If you go on the base chain and you can look up the wallets, where we have a few wallets with quite a bit of tokens in them. We have 2 wallets that have basically 50% of the tokens, and those are set aside for the possibilities of getting listed on a major exchange. Correct. And then we have a wallet. We have a wallet for liquidity, to continue to add to liquidity. Well, why didn't we just put all the liquidity in at one time? Because if we did do that, then we would have a situation where we can have numerous whales that take advantage of the project, and we lose complete control. We were talking about this the other night, and I don't know of any companies that aren't appreciated for the fact of having equity and value to be able to have resources and options available to themselves. So that's why we're out here and we're talking to people, because we want to earn the trust, because the tokenomics don't look like the typical meme coin. And we noticed that the optics have to look a certain way for people to be excited about a meme coin. And when we looked at the optics, we're like, what is going on here? This is a normal something. This is a normal something done. And you're not going to know who did it and how they did it, because they did whatever it took to make the optics look a certain way. So we're basically trying to change that by showing you the optics, by putting ourselves out there, by you guys seeing who we are. And I love how Melissa, she uses the DipAToe approach and a little bit of skepticism. Man, my heart is warm. Feel the warmth when somebody that's a little bit skeptical, we're able to say, I think these guys are on the right track. I think they have our best intentions in mind. And those are the type of people that we want to come aboard. The sophisticated utility investor is not going to be somebody that just wants to run and jump in our laps just because we say, come here. It's, people have to think about it, and we respect that a lot.
Absolutely. Let me add a little more to that. When Mike and I was talking, one of the things we realized, we reached out to several people who knew everything about memes and had been involved in a lot of different projects. And what we were looking for are things to do and things not to do. And so, with the 300 plus trillion, we were talking, okay, should we go billion? Should we do this? Okay, let's look at the top 3. Let's look at Doge. Let's look at Shiba. Let's look at Pepe. And between them, they were somewhere between 300 trillion to 600 and something trillion. So, and we thought to ourselves, why? Because one of the things that me and Mike talked about is you can always burn, you can always lock, and you can always give those coins to exchanges, but you can't go back and take back. And you also want to start in a position where people can position themselves for the greatest opportunity as far as having success. It's hard to do that at a penny or 001. So we took all those things into consideration. And as we were talking to a couple people, they were like, well, if all the coins were out there, people, and all we kept hearing, and I say this kindly, was selfish motives on how they could gobble up all of our our coins and do what they've done to every other project. And the first thing Mike said, and I said, is we will not allow that to happen. Right? We're not. And so everything we're doing is to protect this opportunity, to protect the community, and to make sure that we will be around for years to come. So for a person who doesn't understand business, it's hard to have a business conversation. For people who are out there and they're attracted to 1,000% and 5,000% and scam, and they don't ever look at the main thing, which is, do you realize for every person you've heard put one person put $62 in bunk when it first came out and turned that into 2 million? For every story like that, there's thousands of people who are at home crying that they lost everything. And so I'm personally not willing to do that. I'm personally not willing to be a part of that. I'm not saying I didn't get into coins that, created, 7 figures. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I didn't do it at the cost of other people. And so, this is about getting in and trying to get yourself out before other people. That's part of the investment game, whether it's stocks, bond, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, never sacrifice integrity for growth is what I told Mike at the very beginning to say. Never sacrifice integrity for growth. And so that's how we're building this thing. And if you go, I don't accept every one of my personal social media pages, which is Facebook and Instagram. And I don't really get on those as much as since I've hung up the shirt and tie and stopped speaking and everything. But I'll tell you this, if you do so happen to get on that page or one of my social medias, and I do accept you as a friend, which typically I don't, to people I don't know, you go back 20 years and you'll see everything I've done has been solid. So this is not something that Mike and I came in saying, oh, let's try to figure out how to make money. Let's try to figure out how to be important. We've been important in our lives already. And I say that very humbly. We've done incredible things in our lives already. We've got, I've got, kids out there that are, on high levels and marrying NFL players. And so this is not a joke. I'm not going to ruin my reputation in my life over this. And so I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to say that when I invest in businesses, the thing that me and Mike have learned in that is we invest in people. And that's why we're at the forefront of this whole thing.
Man, I'm gonna spin off that too. So, I mean, you really aren't doing the meme cookie cutter traditional way here for creating a meme coin. I was on another call with both you gentlemen 2 days. Was it 2 days ago? Yes. No, 2 days ago. Monday y'all did, or was it Friday? Could have been Friday. I don't remember the weeks. The days just go together now, man, in this space. But I do remember being on a call and you guys had said, we're treating this like a business. That's and right. I was like, that's interesting. I haven't heard that before when it comes to a joke. I've heard that before in very successful cryptocurrency projects and other businesses where they're like, no, we're going to treat this as a business, and it's like, okay, cool. Well, that got my ear a little further into the conversation that you guys were having. And I can even hear that now where it's like, for being a meme coin, for being a joke, this don't sound like no joke to me. Other than we got Ace Ventura, with some handlebars on there.
Let me speak on two of those things. Number one is we had to be very cautious about the perception of Ace Ventura because it was just honestly. Oh, my bad. Because when I said Shakaka, I was really authentically just trying not to hurt people's feelings, calling their coins S coins or this coin or that coin. So Shakaka, I wasn't even thinking of Ace Ventura. Just maybe I heard it when I was watching the movie or something. But at the end of the day, we wanted to make sure we can somehow get that comparisons to a certain extent so people can reference. But then the second thing is when we say run it like a business, look, we're not Ripple, we're not a company, we're a meme coin. The difference is how we've done things our lives is based off of running businesses. So the practices in which we're doing things is off of 26 to 30 years of how we run our businesses and how we've created the lifestyles that we have now. But we're nothing more than a meme coin. And that's the difference. Right. That's the difference. Right. We're not running it like a meme coin, but it's a meme coin.
Right.
And basically, Simon, and what we would do in a case like,
there's the Shakaka coin, guys.
It threw me off there for a second. I saw the Shakaka come up. Basically, we're trying to be selective on how we do this and how we roll this out. So an example of that is we're talking to people like yourselves and we're talking to communities like yours that we want to all be part of the Shakaka community. And as an example, Typically, when a meme coin comes out, it's a wild ride from the bang. And in our situation, proudly to this moment, we have all had all buyers and no sellers. If you go look at our chart, I think, and we can't figure out why, but we've had an exact number of 13 cents of sales in the last week. And that won't last forever, but it matches the idea and the strategy that we're going for is utility investors. If we want to we take ourselves seriously most of the time, but even in a joke, we're going to be a little bit serious about things because we don't joke like other people. If we're going out for a good night, we might go to a social event, a business meetup or something like that, and maybe with a couple of friends for a drink. We're not going to the rave, so we're going to do things a little bit differently. So, it being a meme, I've said this before. I'm looking for more of like that roaring kitty mentality where everybody wants to hold, everybody's embarrassed to sell. No one wants to be the first one. No one wants to be shamed out of the community by letting their fellow people down. And that's that's completely different than the average meme coin where you're just watching the screen, ready to press the button to get out to where you leave a lot of other people high and dry. So just a different mentality we're coming from.
I have a question for you guys. So before we move too far down,
and I want to add something to Mike as well.
And it goes back to the way that you've created the wallet. So you mentioned that you have two large wallets. One of them, you're holding half of the coins because you have intentions on getting it on the exchanges.
Correct.
And then the other wallet, you're using for, I think you said, liquidity. And so what I'm wondering is, does that mean that you're kind of controlling how much goes out there for sales so that a big whale can't come and just buy a whole bunch of coins in one swoop? Because that was one of my apprehensions was as I'm an elementary learner with this whole crypto space, and Simon had schooled me on the paywalls and sell walls, and I thought to myself, well, if I put a couple $100 into this, what's to stop somebody that bought $10,000 or $1,000? They're gonna be able to sell theirs, and then I wouldn't. How does that benefit me? And so I was trying to understand the concept of that. But it sounds like you are trying, from the way I'm understanding it, you're trying to control so that somebody can't just come and just buy a whole bunch of them, right?
Well, let me answer that. There's two parts of that, and then I'm gonna get over to Mike real quick. But going back to what Mike said originally before that question, we want people to sleep good at night. And the number one thing that ruins people in this space and in many when it comes to investing is the emotions. I always talk about the 5 things that you got to make sure you have as a strategic plan. Number 1, 2 is do your own research. No matter what we say, do your own research. Number 3 is control your emotions. You got to control those. Number 4, take profit. Number 5, focus on why you're in this in the first place. So going back to the emotional part, a lot of times with meme coins, people are emotional because they know it's a scam. They know that it's dog eat dog. I got to get in and beat the next guy out, or I'm screwed. A lot of people. Crypto has caused, probably, especially meme coins, have probably caused a lot of people insomnia, where they just, I'm literally. And so, and I say that in a funny and not so funny way, that it's just one of those things that, like, when I'm in XRP, I sleep very well at night because I know what I hold. I understand the long-term game plan. I understand it's been created for something that hasn't even really come into full circle yet as far as the utility. With my Bitcoin, I sleep very good at night because I understand the long-term. I have a plan, right? When it comes to meme coins, it's hard to do that unless you got in early. When back in 17, when I got into Doge, or 19 when you get into Shiba, it's very hard to do that. And so, especially with a lot of these coins, so we wanted to make sure we create something and then give that assurance that you can sleep good at night. We're not going anywhere, which is why we have put ourselves at the forefront, why we have done the things that we've done. We're not going anywhere. And so that's the first part of that question. Second part of the question is, yes, we wanted to make sure, look, we have nothing against whales. We have nothing against people coming in, but there's a time and place for everything. Right. Yeah. It's like if I have a business and I create millions of dollars, there's a time and place for everything. I'm not going to go out and make my first million and buy a house and a car and all that. Like at the end of the day, you know, there's a time and place for everything. So we know that as we get on exchanges, we welcome Wells. We welcome all those people coming in because that's going to be a huge benefit to all the investors that got into the beginning. And it's, well, is someone going to get messed up in that narrative? No, because every exchange you get on, and the longer you're in this space, there's always going to be someone who got in yesterday or last week that's going to benefit from the new person coming in. We're okay with that, but we didn't want to start off with the fact that people come in and they see a bunch of cool people in a great community and say, okay, let us gobble up all the coins. And as soon as everyone can look and say, man, I think I'm happy, they dump on you. And then it brings the project down. So Mike, go ahead and explain that in itself, and you know, to answer Melissa's question, if you will.
Well, you did a great job, but Melissa, your concerns with that really racked my mind, and it bugged me before we started this project, because I'm like, how do we control this? How do we stop this from happening? And it was difficult because when you're told information, sometimes you put it in a box, and we were learning from different people that were in the meme culture and that had done different memes. So they were telling us, this is what you do. So when they told us that you need to put 50% or 80% into liquidity, they were doing it based on the context of what they were trying to accomplish once the coin went live. And so we almost put this on hold because I could not make it make sense that we launched this meme, we have all this liquidity, people come in. Hell, if we put out 80% of the liquidity right away, I would go in. And it would make sense for me to go back in myself and buy up some of it. But basically, we didn't do it. We didn't do it like that until one day I just realized, well, it's our meme coin. We don't have to do it like that. We can do it differently. So we put out a certain amount in our liquidity pool, and as people buy, if they try to buy a certain amount, it'll penalize you. It'll say you can buy X amount of Shakaka coin at a 15% discount. You can buy, this amount at a 10% discount. So we have no problem with Wells, but there's a time and a place for everything. And it's okay for Wells to come in now if they want. They will just have to accumulate slowly at different price points, so they're not in the position to take advantage of the community. So that was very important to us, and something that we took a lot of consideration to before we launched the coin.
And add a little bit more to that real quick, guys. You know, that's the whole thing with Mike and I. I'm not a big fan of follow the leader. I'm not a big fan of following what other people do. You know, one of the things that I have a reputation, and you know, it's funny because I was listening to Shannon Sharp and the guy who owns the UFC, Dana White, and Shannon Sharp had asked the guy. He goes, you know, why is it that most guys who are wealthy dropped out of college or didn't finish college or didn't even go to college? And he said because people in school tend to be programmed on what the rules are, what the boundaries are. And entrepreneurs don't have boundaries. We push the limits. And so one of the things for me is very hard for me to sit there and talk to people in this meme space who are kids, who are their mindset is not something I would even follow, 2 or 3 feet, let alone in business. And so when me and Mike looked at each other and said, look, man, we know how to win. We've been winning our whole lives. So why are we going to let someone else dictate how we have to do the thing? Yeah, it's just a meme. But we don't have to just be a follower. We can be different. And so that was very important to us, for us to come up with a structure and a plan that made sense where the average person could win. Not the average person can get rich overnight, which you can, don't get me wrong. But I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to say that if you do things correctly, and you get, I was telling my wife this during lunch today, as a matter of fact. I said, I'd rather have 1,000 incredible people than 1 million scammers. I'd rather have 100 people doing things the right way than 5,000 scammers, because organically over time, it's like the turtle in the hare. You're going to be around for the long haul.
Is this why you chose not to do a pre-sale?
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind that?
Well, with the pre-sale, there were a lot of advantages to it, and it would have been great for us to do a pre-sale. But when we were analyzing what the benefits would have been, they came back basically just to us. So if we did a sale, we would accumulate a bunch of value back to us, and we could decide what to do. Do we want to just keep it? Oh, that'd be great. I mean, that's just puts us in the green. Or we could put it into the liquidity pool. We could do that. But if we do that, I lost my train of thought here. It basically, if we take it over for a second, James. I completely lost my train of thought.
I'm gonna put you back on track here. So basically, what it is that if we do a pre-sale, a lot of people who do pre-sales is because they don't have the capital, because they don't have the money, they don't have anything.
Right.
What they're doing is they're trying to search for capital to then add into the liquidity and then pad their pockets. When me and Mike looked at that, the first thing Mike said is, you know what, we have enough money. We don't need to do a pre-sale. We'll fund everything ourselves. We're not in this to try to grab liquidity out and stick in our pockets so we can go get a car, a house, or a phenomenal lifestyle. We have those things already. So at the end of the day, it didn't make any sense for us from a business perspective to do a pre-sale. Go ahead, Mike. Hopefully you got back on track with that one.
You got me back on track. So with the pre-sale also, you got me completely back on track. Then what we would attract is people that are looking to take advantage of when the coin goes live. So if we did a pre-sale and we didn't just keep the money, then we would attract a bunch of people that as soon as the coin goes live, they're ready to dump because they got it at a value that the regular community is not going to get it at. So we did not see any true value for the community to actually do a pre-sale because of those advantages not being for the actual community that we're trying to give value to.
And you got to also remember, a lot of these guys, Melissa and Simon, if they get $100,000, they're running. That's why a lot of coins don't make it, because
I know.
A pre-sale is to try to get capital. Some of these guys don't have $500 in the bank, so if they see 50,000, they're gone. They're absolutely they'll do that times. They'll do that times 100 projects because there's no limits to how many times. Why? Because they never showed their faces. They never said where they're from. So they'll have leprechaun coin, dog coin, Smurf coin, God's oxygen coin, because they can do it as many times as they want and try to get 50 to 100 grand. And I'm just telling you that the stories that we've heard is repelling.
I believe it.
Repelling.
I believe it.
And so that's why we didn't want to do a pre-sale, is to show people that, hey, we're not in this for the couple dollars here and there. Matter of fact, one of the things that Mike has said on our ambassador call that we had is that he goes, I'm probably 2 or 3 years out from even looking at any type of a profit. So I mean, where do you go and see a team that's like that, because we don't need to?
Right.
That's I'm glad you guys are really addressing that, because for someone when I dip my toe, a little bit bigger of a pool, but I've learned to look at, like, well, what are you getting out of the deal? Right. You know, where's your ends? Why are you doing this? You know, where's your weakness at? You know, or can I spot your weakness or weaknesses? Right. Because if I'm going to get into something, you know, I got to know that that whatever's going on your side of the table is not going to compromise my side of the table as best as I can. I have to mitigate the risk, and in the transparency that you guys are offering this on this show and other shows, and just in conversations that I witnessed myself. It's like, yes, see, I've only heard this type of discussion and transparency from blue chip coins or coins that are still very much here, that have a strong community. And I mean, like, look, it can start out as a joke, but some of these jokes actually build community. Now you got relationships. Now you got foundation.
Oh, absolutely.
And now you actually got something. There's something that started out as a joke, but now it's an actual thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I'm so glad that you both are being real with that. Like seriously, that you're not even talking about the coin. Right. You're talking about the people who are behind the coin, and that's so important, in my opinion.
Right. A lot of Doge, Shiba, and a lot of those start off jokes. But here's the thing: you can't falsify blockchain information. You can't falsify transactions. Our wallets are there. Anybody can see our wallets. Exactly. Is public information, and so we're not in here to pull anything on it. And here's the thing: I've told Mike and I've told other people as well. I understand people's reluctancy. I understand people's frustration. Whenever someone is negative, I don't take that personally. Anybody who's negative typically is caused by some type of pain. some type of letdown, some type of whatever. And even when I spoke and I traveled the world speaking, I would have people, I'd speak in front of thousands and thousands. Even Noreen, who here see me, one of my biggest conferences was 15,000 people. And you'll get in some of these conferences and someone may say something negative, and it's not because you did something wrong or I said something wrong. As a matter of fact, they're there for a reason, because they need the opportunity. People are in crypto because they're looking for an opportunity. But you have to understand there's a lot of people that come with a lot of pain and a lot of scars from this industry and from other things as well. So we understand that, we embrace that. We're not here to try to talk anyone into anything. We're just trying to say, look at who we are. We're not trying to be anything we're not. And whether it's my show, whether it's my social media, whether it's all the things we've done, even when we started our show 18 months ago, you can just go back and look and see who we are. And hopefully that gives people enough information to make a decisive decision. But everyone has to do their own research for sure.
Nice.
I know we only have a couple minutes left because we promised we'd keep you at an hour. But before we let you guys go, how can Lisa A wants to know, can you explain how to buy it and what do you do with the coin, or is it more a store of value? Are her questions.
So it's really simple to get the coin. I think a lot of people who haven't dealt with MetaMask in a while, basically what you're doing is you're transferring over Ethereum to your MetaMask, and then from there there's a little blue button on the bottom that has an up and down arrow. You bridge it over. It's very simple. Once you get into the bridge part of it, and we have videos in our Telegram explaining this. Basically, you go from ETH and the ETH pair, the ETH mainnet and the coin Ethereum itself, and you just bridge it right over to Base and Ethereum. Once you bridge that over, then you go into your MetaMask in the browser and you just put in uniswap.org. And once you do that, you connect your wallet. It asks you how much Shakaka you want. You send it over, and all that whole process takes 5 minutes or less.
Yep. Basically,
You have to add the coin, or I had to add the coin via the address.
Yeah,
because it didn't pull up. Eventually it will pull up, right? The more as you gain traction, it'll show up.
And then you got to switch from Ethereum mainnet to Base mainnet, which is real simple, because all you do is just hit the drop down menu in the when you first get to MetaMask. It'll say add the network. It says Base, you add it, and everything is real simple. I could do it all in 5 minutes. It's just once you get comfortable with it. I think like anything else, when I first looked at getting on Facebook, it scared the hell out of me. When I looked at getting into, I still to this day don't even know how to operate TikTok that well. So yeah, it is what it is.
To answer the second part of her question, a meme is just a joke, but the thing that's a little bit different about what we would prefer and the route we want this to go is we would like it to be sort of like a meme of stored value. So we do agree with what she's saying, and the question that she asked is we look at it like a stored value. Just you're part of the community, you hold the coin, and you're part of a mindset, the sophisticated utility investor that just wants a break from the monotony of all the calculated ideas that you have in your mind of what's going to be best for you somewhere in the future, and just enjoy the moment, enjoy this time right now, and realize that none of us are perfect in our investment lives, and we're going to end up with Shakaka every once in a while.
It's kind of like, like back in the day, we used to collect pins, that you'd wear of your favorite team or favorite singer or whatever, and you'd collect them, and there'd be different ones. This is kind of that, except for it actually has value, and it's not going to get lost in your sock drawer somewhere.
Well, it's also a funny saying that you can really relate to anything. Like today on my show, I said, you know what? I'm so sick of Gary Gensler. He's full of Shakaka. Elizabeth Warren is full of Shakaka. The SEC is full of Shakaka. So Shakaka is just such a fun word, and that's really how it started. For almost 8 months, I was saying the word, and then Mike O just kind of caught on to it and said, "Man, that's pretty amazing." So yeah.
Well, if you didn't do it, if we didn't do it, somebody else was going to do it. It was going to catch on at some point. So why not have fun with it ourselves and make it make sense and try to put people in a secure, investment.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So how can people find you? How can they find your channel and find your Telegram and all that good stuff?
Well, I appreciate that. First of all, let me say a shout out to the Crypto4Life family and the Shakaka coin community, along with our amazing ambassadors, including Melissa here. But with that being said, you can go to shakakacoin.com. You can also go to @Shakaka Coin on X. We do have a YouTube page as well, which is again Shakaka Coin. You probably saying there's a whole lot of Shakaka going on for sure. So, but yeah, that's pretty. And then you go to our Telegram group as well, and it's @Shakaka Coin. And you've got again incredible ambassadors that are willing to help. And people that you can talk to. You see that we're very active each and every day. So thank you so much for that opportunity to shout out our communities.
Oh, you're welcome. Any
Thanks for
final
being here.
word? Yeah.
Yeah,
We love
seriously.
it.
Any final words?
Yeah.
You know, I would say just control those emotions, guys. You know, for all you guys that are getting frustrated right now, I'll just say this: just the fact that you're here right now, you're ahead of a big percentage of the world right now. There's so many people. Always say there's 3 types of people that are in this space: people who play the game, people who watch the game, and people who don't even know there's a game being played. And I think there's a lot of people who know there's a game being played called crypto. They're just they're scared because of all the corruption that's going on in this country that should be loving us instead of fudding and causing the types of issues. Because at the end of the day, they don't want to see everyone make it. They don't care about the little guy. They care about padding their pocket. This is just all manipulation at its greatest. And so just, you know, if you're in this space, guys, understand that you're doing the things today that other people won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that other people won't have. And so I definitely, again, thank you guys. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate you guys both for having us on the show.
We love you. Any final words, Mr. Mike Owens? Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's been awesome. Thank you, Simon. Thank you for Melissa for having us on. You know, community is important. When I got into crypto, my main focus was to try to figure out how to control my emotions. And that's one thing that James's show has really helped me out with. Listening to Ladies Night, we know that our real investments, the XRPs, XLMs, the things of that sort, they're going to take a while to play out. And it's really difficult to try to control those emotions by yourself. And the same thing that made perfect sense to us today doesn't always make perfect sense to us tomorrow if we're only consulting with ourselves. So I appreciate your show and what you guys have going on. I appreciate James' show. People like you have helped me more than you can imagine to stay in this game and stay in the green, luckily, to this point, and look forward to a better future, because eventually this XRP thing is going to treat us very special. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Good stuff. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Wonderful.
Thank you so very much.
And one last thing, you guys can catch us live each and every day, Crypto4Life. Just go over to our YouTube page as well. 68J, I host each and every day. So guys, make sure you come over and catch us on Ladies Night with Melissa right here this next Friday.
Well, we thank you guys. We'll hopefully we'll have you up on the show again for a follow-up.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
And T.O. Trini says, keep up the amazing work, all of you. You are all great people. We love you, T.O. Trini.
Love you, T.O.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been Shakaka for sure.
Well, we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna have great fun with this. And once again, I really appreciate you guys joining us. For those of you that are watching, thank you so much. We're going to continue this show, but these fellas have to go. So till next time, we will see you gentlemen later.
Appreciate you guys. Take care.
Have a good rest of the day.
Bye-bye. All right, bye-bye.
Oh, that was wonderful, Simon.
It was.
That was man. That was great.
I'm so glad that you had the courage within yourself to dip your toe, and now you're up to your knees in something that's brand new.
Now I'm up to my knees.
Well, but we all hit that.
Oh wait, hold on. I think let's see. Hey,
what's good, Mike?
Hey, I'm sorry I jumped out. I didn't get to say goodbye, you guys.
Oh, no problem.
You guys are still on.
We got a whole another hour to kill, man.
Yeah,
man. All right.
He told us.
I'll,
Sometimes our show goes like 3 hours. Like
oh,
real
okay,
talk.
okay.
I wasn't going to do it to you, Mike. I
Yeah.
Oh,
wasn't going to.
it was a real grind, and I was like, I hung up and didn't say goodbye. But you guys, hey, enjoy the show, and I appreciate it. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Okay,
love you,
take
Mike.
care, Mike.
All right.
We got Miss Keita in the house.
Keita in the house.
What is happening? Y'all done already put me on here, and I'm trying to get my computer together.
Oh, all right. Let me put
while
backstage,
Keita gets straightened out. While Keita gets straightened out there, Melissa. Again, I just want to continue on with my how proud I am of you for going down this road and learning. Like, your perspective of learning has finally, in my opinion, just watching you grow, right? For the many years we've known each other now, right? Your passion for learning about this is like literally conquering your fear just a little bit by it is, and a lot of different aspects of your life too, I might add, at least the ones that I'm aware of. And so I just want to say, I'm proud of you. Keep it going. You're real 100% of the time, and I look forward to like you and Keita, and I know is she in the chat? Optimus was in the chat, wasn't she? I think so.
I don't know,
sharing your guys' experience in this whole project, not just what the project's doing, but just your perspective in it and your experience, because you guys are about to learn a lot of game right here. I mean, I'm excited for you.
I am super excited to learn more. Let's see it, Miss Keita.
Hello. Hey, how are you today? I was listening to everything that 68J and Mike O were talking about.
Yeah.
And first of all, I want to say hello, Sunset. Hello, Miss Melissa. How are you today?
Super excited.
I am too. First of all, I was totally honored to be asked to be an ambassador for Shakaka Coin as well. And wasn't expecting it, and totally excited about it. And one of the main reasons why is I used to really be on some, not really messing with meme coins, because it's all a rug pull, and I really did not want to get caught out there. I have had situations in, as much as anybody has had being in this space with, having something that you believe in, and then the next thing you know, you find out that the people that created it have nefarious, have really nefarious intent.
Yep.
And so what I liked about it is the fact that Jay and Mike O are super, super in your face, really transparent. And you know me, I'm the type of person, I'm honest to a fault. You know what I mean? What's up, Cheap Suit? I see you. But I'm honest to a fault. Like, I'm the type of person, don't ask me if you're fat, because I'm going to tell you, you might not want to wear that.
You might be a little chub. Hey, I tell him, like, tell me the truth. Don't lie.
Hey,
do not lie. Don't let me walk around with something stuck to the back of my dress.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna be like, sis, that's not a good look.
Right?
That's not for you. Okay.
Y'all ladies make me laugh, man. I'm having like flashbacks to when me and my wife first met and all that stuff, man.
But I'm just saying.
Y'all make me laugh. No, it's good stuff.
Doesn't mean you gotta rock it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So, and that's why I really, really appreciate them. I love the fact that you know who's created this coin. I like the fact that they are like unabashedly, this is a meme coin. Yep. I can appreciate that, because what that allows for me to do is for me to make an informed decision. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whatever that is, whether I say yay or nay. And because of that, and because I know what 68J stands for, because I'm now learning about Mike O and his background and his portfolio, hey, I always say I want somebody smarter than me around me.
Same. Right?
I want to be able to
you don't want to be the smartest person in the room.
Absolutely. Because that means you're not,
you're in the wrong room.
That point. Yeah. That part. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that does not knock down your intelligence What
Yeah.
it
No,
does is it
no.
adds to and it
That's right.
enhances you
Yes.
because now
Yes.
you are listen, I'm not gonna lie and I'm gonna make a joke and y'all gonna laugh because don't
Here
don't
comes the
think it
YouTube
wasn't
short.
hey, don't think it has not been lost on me that the last time that I was in ladies night with Melissa, you know, our friend Mr. 68J said that he had liquidated like $250,000.
Oh, right. I was
Yeah,
like,
you remember
hello.
that.
Yeah, I do.
Hello. Okay, so
Hello.
what that means
Ain't no
is
joke.
that it means that he's working with a whole different set of capital than we are, right?
Yep.
So that
Right.
means that and not to mention that he's also working with a different set of capital, that means that he knows what to do to get to that capital,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
if that's the case, I need to hear what this man does for business. I
Yeah.
need to understand that. And I also can say that he is straight up on the up and up. He's about giving you the truth and saying, okay, you can either deal with it or not. And hey, I'm about that. So I'm totally excited for it.
I was definitely initially, and like Simon said, I was definitely I mean, I don't know about, I guess
You
it
were
is here.
Melissa. You were just Melissa.
Yes,
You were
I
just
was.
Melissa. You just,
Yeah.
I was. I asked
you
a
could
lot
feel
of
yourself getting.
questions.
You were excited. You were like,
Emil,
oh my gosh, I'm being included in this thing.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, and but you checked yourself.
I
You
checked
reached out and called a
myself.
homie. You literally called the crypto
Yes,
homie.
I
Yep.
did.
Yes.
I called more than one. I talked to more than one
Yep.
person.
Yes.
I got
Yep.
Ryan.
Yep.
I got my Ryan's feedback on what, you know, his,
Mhm.
and ultimately I have to tell you, you know, I mean, we're doing our DipAToe show, right? I don't want to be
Right.
called a shiller of coins, and you know,
Right.
there's all
Right.
there's that culture that there's some real nasty folks out there.
Yes.
You know, I am
Mm.
definitely not a shiller, but I do like to participate in fun, and I do recognize that the meme coins are some part of the crypto culture. And I am taking this as an opportunity to learn more, educate myself more, and dip my toe into an area that I really hadn't taken a super close look at, right? And
And I
so,
agree with that.
I mean,
I think that is all about
because how many of us
it.
actually have had, we've been talking to our friends and family who are blue in the face about these utility tokens, utility
Yep.
coins,
Yep.
layer ones, all this stuff, and they don't do it. They won't do it. But then what do?
They go
They
for a meme coin
they freaking tell me they bought Dogecoin or
or
or whatever.
Pepe
And
or
so I'm
any of the
like,
other ones.
it's very disappointing, and it's like, you don't even understand how it happens,
Oh.
right? Because, like, you know, they just do it. And so if I can lead if they want to participate in a fun meme coin or something, I would rather you know, just say, hey, it's an option. Yes, there's Shiba. Yes, there's Doge. You know, this doesn't have Elon Musk, you know, shilling it or whatever, which is exactly what he did, was shill it. But this is the by the people for the people type of coin, and I really liked that. And all it took was, for me, I operate on gut instinct, and I had a personal call with Jay, and he started talking, and I'm like, you can't fake that authenticity. You can't
No.
fake that. I could feel him. I know it sounds all weird, but I could feel him through the phone. I've been
Yeah.
very good with navigating in this space, and
Mhm.
kind of, I feel like all of the good people were kind of being drawn together like magnets. And these are good people. You're a good person. Optimistic Prime, my girl Amanda, you know, Simon, of course. And then, you know, we're starting to meet some of these other folks. And I'm like, why the heck not? Why shouldn't I do it? And then, of course, you said you were doing it, and I'm like, I'm in.
But you know what's
I'm in.
interesting about that, Melissa? You know what I find
Follow
interesting.
the leader. I'm in. Kingdom's in. I'm in.
I
I'm
know,
doing
right?
it. Huh?
But
The queen
here's
is in. I'm in.
you're so funny. But here's the thing though, like, And that's the thing. I'm the type of person, and I'm, we
know.
talk all the
Mm.
time, Melissa.
Mhm.
We do.
I know.
And when it comes down to it, because one of the things that I'm always very cognizant of is the space and knowing what your voice is in the space and how many people really listen to what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
So for
Yes.
me to
That made
say,
me worried.
for me to, yeah, it did. It really did. It gave me pause. And what I was really more concerned about is telling people about something that possibly could get them wrecked. And that was my main objective. Making
Yes.
sure that if I'm really going to get behind something and say I'm in, I really wanted to make sure that it was on the up and up. And the other aspect of it is, and you can tell me if you feel this or not. Have you ever just thought about this as this could be my opportunity? I didn't get in on Bitcoin. I didn't get on when it was Shiba. I didn't get in on it when it was Doge. And this is ground level. So this is not even a situation where this is established. It's been out there for a long time. But when you when you look at something and it's not even actually released yet and already has a $15 million liquidity,
Yeah.
what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the fact that that man said that there hasn't been, but what was it, 13 cents or $13 worth of sale?
13 cents sale. Yeah.
13 cents?
Nobody's selling.
Nobody's selling.
Yeah.
So
Well,
what
even
that says is
when I was looking, Kita, too, I it didn't even look like there was really huge, like I was expecting to look on the history and see like huge bags where, my little
right.
baby bag or whatever. I didn't see anything unreasonable that made, you know what I mean?
Well, and here's the thing, and let's talk about that because I think it's really important to talk about the tokenomics of this, right? We talked about it. It's what, 375 trillion. We're not talking about billion here. We're talking about trillion.
Trill.
And that's a T, trillion. Okay.
Trillion, T with a trill.
All right. And if you think about that and you think about the other meme coins out there that have that amount and then some, because he said most of the meme coins out there have anywhere between 300 and 600 trillion tokens, right? Half of that is set aside for exchanges once they're able to get on exchanges. And that makes total sense because how are they then going to have the coin in order for people to be able to purchase it? Right. And at that vantage point, the fact that they're that transparent about it, they say, hey, I've got a wallet that's half of it is for straight up for the exchanges and half of it is going to be for liquidity. That makes total sense.
Now,
it's good business.
I would actually like to touch on that part, Kita, because I know we didn't get a chance to ask Mike and Jay about this. Gosh, man, that'd have been funny if Mike's name was Bob. That would have been a whole different kind of meme right there. Right? Yeah, well, Jay and Silent Bob, man. Only it's Mike. Anyways, whatever. And I really highlight this, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but when a coin goes through the process of getting on an exchange, there's a lot of concessions that coin has to do and or give that exchange to the cost of the coin. An example that I will always remember was when the coin DigiByte, DGB is the ticker, solid project, right? They were getting listed, or they were in talks with getting listed onto Binance. Now, this is before Binance had to do the Binance US and Binance International. And Binance is like, everything looks okay, but we're gonna need $100,000 just for us to really look at it. $100,000.
And that's no joke. I mean, that's a lot of money.
I mean, like, okay, for any project right now, and Jay and Mike, they brought this to light. Meme coins, but other projects too. Everybody's in a project. You're just trying to come together. Look at Amanda. Amanda's just trying to build this thing, right? Can you imagine if Amanda was, hey man, we're good here. We got the coin that's we're in negotiations or discussions with Binance, yeah, hey, look, you guys got the community base. It's good. You got good stability there. For us to really look at the rest of this coin, we're going to need 100 grand. And we're going to need a whole bunch of your coins for free.
Oh, kind of like that pay to play.
Very much pay to play. And I don't want to say that's standard because I have not gone through that process on all exchanges, but that is the sentiment, that it is at some level a pay to play. So I think that's very smart and responsible of them just to go, no, this is for the exchanges. Whatever we get into, here it is, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's great, and them being businessmen and having to someday in the future, they're going to have to negotiate with that that exchange, and they're going to do it right because of their experience, right? Where someone that might not have business experience that knows how to build this great coin, has done all the coding and all that, they know that side, but they don't know how to engage the business side or have the liquidity / resources to do that. So all my DipAToers out there, this is big when coins do this. When they say, nope, we have to sandbag this. That's why there's another wallet over here, is for future endeavors. Now I'm not saying that it is across the board, but it's just if you're looking at projects in the future, including this one, whether it's a joke or if it's got utility or whatever the fix is or whatever the joke is, it's just another thing to bring to your guys' light to say, this is why. This is part of the game. It's not fair, and it's not for sissies either.
Right.
Crypto is not for sissies, that's for sure.
No,
no,
it's
it's not. It's not.
And it's
but
not for the emotional either. I think that's also something that needs to be said. That
that's learned, man. That's a learned thing,
man. It is. That ain't no joke. Okay. When it comes down to it, you are finding now that as we are in a waiting period, and this is outside of Shakaka coin.
Yeah,
we're in a waiting period, right? We're waiting for regulations. We're waiting for things to come to fruition in order for us to start to see price accumulation with our utility coins, right? And right now, because people are now in a place where they're having life events that are happening, social events, money events that are happening, whether they've got a car repair that is now going to cost them $500 to $600 that they're not prepared for. You see what I'm saying? And so because of that, there's a lot of emotion in people right now. And that is where people mess up. You know what I mean? People get into this industry, they get into this space, and they automatically look at this as, I need to jump around, I need to jump around, I need to jump around. Why? Because I'm not seeing price movement in the assets that I have, right? Not realizing that if they just go ahead and hold on until we get to the actually utility, then they will start to see that, but they're not looking at it that way. They're being emotional
they don't even
about it.
Most don't know what that is. What is I mean, your financial literacy, your crypto literacy, your business literacy. I'm not going to go down the road of that's information that definitely was not discussed during all of our upbringings in our schools.
Of course not. No.
But I'm not going to go down that topic.
No,
but
because they wouldn't have workers. They wouldn't have people that are working for a living.
They'd have a whole bunch of entrepreneurs be like, I ain't doing
that. You get it.
Bullish
regular trade. You know what I'm saying?
Bullish Big D says, yes, it is investing in this space. You'll get punched in the face on shit coins. But when you come into a place of understanding, you find good projects like Shakaka.
It's they got those two fellas definitely got their minds and their hearts in the right place. That's what's being shown here. And I'd argue, I'd say, hey, look, show me any other meme coin that's come out where that's happened.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying, show me another one, because
I don't know.
it doesn't happen too often. Where you see this is in other utility projects.
Right.
You know, like your XRP/Ripple, HBAR. You know, and there's a slew of other coins that I'm not going to go. Oh yeah, there's a whole slew of other coins and projects that have been transparent. They show you the partnerships or deals that they're making. There's information being shared as far as what entities or institutions are looking at or testing, or et cetera, right? They just can't go out there and give you the whole thing, the whole play, but they can give you a nugget. You do have to look for it, and that's something else. See, like, the emotional stuff is let's be real here, and everybody hits this real wall.
Yep.
You don't know what you're doing.
Right.
That part.
That is hard. Yeah, right. That hard. You don't know what you're doing. So now go learn how to figure that out.
Right.
But I think
it's
that's
an inward
where
journey.
miss it. I think that's where people miss it, is people are not reading. People are literally just going to videos. They are not reading. The white paper gives you all the information you need concerning a project, how it's going to work, the tokenomics, what the actual liquidity looks like. The whole business model of a coin is in the white paper. Okay? And that's
Kita's crypto mama face just came out there. Did you guys see that? I just like I could see the finger coming out.
I hate to see people get wrecked. And what happens is that people don't read to the end. They never read to the end, and that's where the most information is in the last paragraph. That doesn't mean skip over everything. It just means read.
Yep.
I'm glad you're talking about that, Kita, the reading part. And today, was it today? It was today. So there, I don't know if both you ladies have seen this, where there's a couple of videos going around about the general manager of the BIS, making a speech. All right. Talking about the fingernet. Right. Okay. And, I'm listening to him now. Truth. I saw that stuff, that video, courtesy of Mr. Man a few days before everybody else.
Finter. It's Finter.
The Finter. Yeah. The Finternet. Yeah. The Finternet. Yeah. Finter. Because you're going to send money with your finger. The Finternet. It was like,
the Finter.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. But so I decided to actually, to go back, because I had another discussion with another Cryptopian about they had heard that the BIS had announced in a quarterly reporting that they had like 23% of their portfolio was in Bitcoin, Ethereum, et cetera, et cetera. There's like about 5 coins, right? And I was like, I want to go find that piece of evidence. That sounds fun. So I went, and I navigated through the quarterly reports, and I didn't find it because I found something else. I found something else where it was just the business report. This came out 2023, end of 2023, and it was end of 2023. It was their report on the crypto space at large, citing in their eyes and how they see the financial institutions that they run, or govern, right, where the risks were, and how those risks affect the EMEs, and I can't remember what the acronym stands for. It's emerging market economies. So the crypto space is an emerging market economy, right? Okay, yeah, I had to mold that one over a couple times. There was another acronym in there that made sense, but it escapes me now. But so all I did was there's this beginning part. There's the introduction, and then there's the executive summary. Now, if you're not a reader out there, I encourage you, when you come across a arguably a regulatory body, right, that has an executive summary in there, read that.
I want to read that,
because they're taking you bullet point by bullet point, not quite like bullet point by bullet point, but you'll be able to pick up what they're really trying to put down. So then when you go through all the the findings and how they came about with their opinions and etc., you're all of a sudden you are enlightened like a burning ball of fire from the good
Yeah.
Lord. I mean, it's just there. So
Well, you can
I-
also read that executive summary and pick out some areas that you want to copy and search for in the document.
what
you
caught
those
my eye was
nugs.
right at the end. Yeah, they mentioned DeFi. They mentioned DeFi because I was skimming and I saw the word DeFi. I was like, oh, stop. Let's go back up and read all this. Don't go back into their findings.
Stop.
Whoa. They're throwing out a gem right there. They said my new favorite word right now, DeFi. I'm like, okay, let's see what you guys are saying through the whole thing. And there was points in my reading that I could feel their opposition. Well, I'm just going to say their position on how they see it, how they view it, and what they consider is a risk versus to some of us else, that's a great opportunity, so it was really enlightening on a lot of different ways. But I encourage you guys to just go read that boring crap, but it's out there. It's out there.
Read.
It's right there.
Not
it's
only
right there.
read, I'm gonna need y'all to go to C-SPAN.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need y'all to go to the Congress.gov. And the reason why is because all of the things that we talk about that legislation that needs to be in place, you have complete access to all of the conversations, all of the debates, as well as the voting process that your quote unquote government, whether you believe in it or not, is trying to enforce upon you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about, and we're seeing some of the ramifications of that. I don't know if you all know that one of the congressmen that are in New York actually got voted out. Why? Because he voted against the anti-CBDC legislation. Okay. So just to let you know, things are coming through the pipeline.
Yeah.
And if you are not abreast of it, you will not know, because they're literally giving you this information. Now, I can tell you, when I watch C-SPAN, I don't see that many people watching C-SPAN.
Nobody.
No.
There's
the commercials suck on C-SPAN.
Sometimes it's funny, Keita, because I used to post it. I used to post it in a group. And then I'd see like a couple extra people come on. I'm like, well, I know who's in here watching this.
Exactly.
I know who these extra 10 people are.
You know what? And I do agree with you. I'm not sure exactly who said that. I don't trust nan one of them politicians, but I guarantee you I'm going to align myself with whatever is going to benefit me and mine. Okay. And I'm not going to, and listen, I people can take this however they want to. I don't particularly like any of the candidates we have right now for presidency, but I can damn sure tell you I had a whole hell of a lot more when our friend Mr. Trump was in office.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that, and I'll say that to your face, because that is the God's honest truth. And if it's going where I'm looking for it to go, you want a businessman in that daggone White House.
Yeah. You do. You do. Just like you want businessman creating the meme coin.
Man or women.
Yeah.
You need men or women, don't matter, man. You need the top shelf business experienced individuals in that seat, because real talk,
Andrew
and I'm
T.
gonna
Trump
go now, here we go. We're going kind of off the rails here, and I love it. Everything in this world, straight up 110%, is contracts, is business. When countries trade with trade, that's all it is, right? So you need those people that can do that.
Business.
Well, and I've said this multiple times, and this is just I'm sure, Keita, I'm sure the doctors and charge nurses and wherever you work that are 100% earmuffs, the asshole, right?
They're hear Jack Dillon
right?
squat.
Right.
Totally can speak to that.
Right. But the asshole still gets the job done. Right? You don't have to like them. You don't have to like them, but the skill set is there, and it's just like,
I'm telling you.
okay, I just don't have to like you.
And
We're
they're
not
clutch.
we're not having
And
we're not
they're
kicking it after work. But when we
and they're
work, we doing
clutch.
work good and right, and that's what it's about.
That's
So
right.
thank you for saying
Listen,
that. Thank you
I
for
will
saying
say to
that.
you right now, when it comes down to it, and I'll speak on the charge nurse part. You all know I am a nurse. I've worked in the hospital setting, and now I work in a doctor's office. And I can tell you, one of the first charge nurses I had, she was so bomb. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh. Listen, that girl was a ninja. You looked around, she was right there. What you need? How can I help you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yes.
even kidding. She had that
Yeah.
thought process. She was there. And I kid you not, literally one of the best nurses. I learned from the best when it comes to being in the hospital setting. But what I will say to you is she gave me what I look to as the way that I have leadership abilities, which is to be a servant leader. And that is what we
Absolutely.
have in 68J. That's what we have in Mike Owens.
Yeah, it's
And
there.
I
Yeah.
try to be that, okay? Because
Right.
a servant leader will get more out of the people that they're looking to lead,
Yep.
okay? When they're
100%.
asking, hey, what can I do for you? How can I help you be successful? That's what
Right.
68J is telling you. That's what he's doing. He's being a servant leader, and he is saying, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you win. And this is
Right.
how I'm going to help you win. I'm going to let you get in on the ground level, and I'm here to help you get to this coin. What is this coin going to do? Not jack diddly squat, but you know what? You already know that's what it's going to do. Not a damn thing. It's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? As long as you know what that is, you go Chicago all day long. You know what I'm saying? And when
Yeah.
it comes
You
down
know what? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I got it. Like, here's the play. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because I like doing stuff like this, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take this Shakaka coin, right? I'm gonna get some,
Mm.
and instead of me sending blue chip coins to
Mhm.
people I know or that I've been trying to get
Oh,
on.
you
I'm like,
about to
dude, give
send
me.
us
I'll give you
some
some. I'll give you
Shakaka?
some. Let me.
Okay.
I'm gonna give me some Shakaka. I'll tell you what, dude. I'll plug you on some Shakaka. Some what Shakaka, man? It's a funny
Hey,
thing, man. Get you some Shakaka. Let me.
you
I
ain't
will send
know.
you some
I
Shakaka.
needed some
That way they
Shakaka.
learn, right? That way they learn. I'm just gonna use this
Right.
as a tool to learn, and they're gonna be like, well, it's not going up. It's all right. Just learn your emotions. Well, it just stays there. Well, just hey, look, breathe, bro, breathe.
Huh? Smell the aroma of the Shakaka
Can you
coin.
Yeah.
smell what the Shakaka is putting
Yeah,
down?
yeah, exactly. Do you smell the Shakaka? Yeah. Yeah. And then later, we'll have real talks. Like Melissa, I wanted to say this when you were talking about the family that you tell and the friends that you tell, coworkers
Yes.
that you tell, you're like, dude, get in, like this is it. And there's resistance. And then they
Yep.
pull the scratch ticket move, right? And they
Yep.
go out and go spend $20 on, whatever, bonk, Pepe, whatever. Fine,
$500.
cool.
500.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Hey, and it's like good. I'm glad you did that. I'll shake their hand, knowing that it's like,
Right.
you're gonna learn today, but it's not gonna
Ah.
be for me. I
You
will
gonna
be here
learn
though to go. Yeah,
Ooh,
man.
I
Sorry
like
that
you
worked out.
gonna
That's
learn
crypto.
today.
You should have. Did you study it? Did you go in the community? Did you do any of the things that I suggested for you to do? No.
Crypto J says you guys are awesome. We appreciate you all very much. We appreciate you, Crypto.
Crypto J is
For
fabulous.
life.
Absolutely.
Mr. 68J. Mike
Hey.
Owens in the house.
Absolutely. Yes, and that's the beauty of it, us being able to have these conversations. And it's been a minute since I've been as excited about a project. You know what I
know.
mean?
Well, you're there.
I
You're
know.
learning it.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
in the room.
Yeah.
You're in
Yeah.
the room.
And that
Yeah.
let's talk about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Crypto4Life 6AJ has 21 ambassadors. Okay.
We love you, Bullish Big D. Thanks for
And
stopping by. We
yes,
appreciate you.
I'm so glad you came through. Have a great
Have
night.
a good
Love
rest
you,
of the
Hair
night.
Grease. And so when it comes down to it, when you have a group of people like that, like the optimistic primes, like your people that are in this space right now, I don't know how many people are here, and hopefully there's
160, 160.
Man, listen,
What?
that's what I'm talking about. What?
Watching DipAToe. We appreciate you. Please
That's
share this out. Like,
what I'm
share, and
talking
subscribe. Help us grow our channel.
So when it comes down to it, also, by the way, let me go ahead and plug my own show.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it. Tomorrow night, it is Keeping It 100 with Keita and the crew, and we will be there. Miss Melissa, my co-host, hey, and it's Thirsty Thursday, so you're gonna have your libations in the house to get this party started correctly, okay?
Exactly.
So, I already know what Melissa's libation of choice is. You know what I'm saying? And
she likes a good rooski.
White Russian.
She likes a good rooski. Yeah.
Hold on just 1 second. You making that face for a reason.
Uh-oh. Did they just buy a meme coin? Did they just buy a meme coin?
Did they just buy a meme coin? You know what I was going to
share the screen.
I'm gonna share this because I thought it was very funny. So they have some talented folks creating.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
You know, this is like these guys and others are gonna like take these guys are gonna take like a whole different avenue with meme coin. Like it's gonna turn into like a positive competition, sad.
I think that's so funny.
She's muted. Keita, you're muted, girl. Hit the unmute.
I muted her. Oh, sorry. Oh wait, I am
because I was talking to my son. Yeah. So
yeah. So I mean, there's some. That was from Rocky Base. Rocky Base is the one that posted that. I don't know if he created or she or he created it.
That was a long time ago. Can I just tell you, I've been hearing that Pump It Up song for a minute.
Oh yeah, no, there's been a lot of different ones that have been created with that song.
They even made a video.
Yeah.
Did you see like the cartoon video that was out?
Yeah, she just played that.
Not that one. I'm talking about the one where the person's smoking a cigarette. Is that the one you played at the very beginning? No,
this one was the new one for Shakaka that was made for Shakaka coin.
Let me
that was what I was trying to find because there's a bunch of people that have created a bunch of different memes and
yeah, there's
things.
a contest. There's a contest for it.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Yeah. And if I knew how to make memes, I'd do it my own daggone self, but I sure as hell don't know how to do it.
You know what? I know someone that can plug you on how to create your own token. You just got to reach out to Miss Optimus.
No,
I'm talking about Miss Optimus, man. She's got the game on lock, man. She got it. She could teach you how. She could school you in the ways of the force.
All that time. She got time on her hands.
I want to share. I want to share one more. Can I share one more that I think it's funny?
Yeah, I already said a cuss word on the show, so I mean we're already off the rails,
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's see if I can. How do I? Wait.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Strong community.
Wait.
They just keep building it back. Oh.
They keep building it back. Look at it. They're building it stronger. Look at that.
Shakaka. Strong community.
Oh my goodness.
See,
this is what's evolving here. Like, every coin gets created, you get behind it, and then it's all about the different videos, the content you can create with it, the t-shirt, the lunchbox, the thermos, you know,
Wow.
the phone
Or in
case. Like
print.
that's what it's gonna turn into. I'm like,
Sorry.
this is gonna be the next 20 years of what we do. I'm just in this space, man. It's gonna evolve into that, right?
That
We find out we gonna be going to
was
in
by that one was by Agatha. And I just can I
Agatha.
share one more? Can I share one more? And then I'm done.
No,
You're having
no,
way
you,
too
no, you
much fun
can't.
right
No,
now.
no,
One
no.
more.
You're,
One more.
I mean, we're gonna have too many
more.
people on this
Okay.
show next time. It's not gonna work out.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Wait a
I
minute.
like it.
This
I like
this
it a
one,
lot.
this one. Hold on. Here we go. Get Elon Musk.
Elon.
Get out of here.
Bye, Chicago.
I like it. I like it.
There's
my
Pepe, the
There's
Shiba.
Pepe.
He's pushing
Bye,
him out of
bye,
the
Pepe.
way.
Side. Okay.
He's liking the Shakaka coin. Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
I dig it.
Elon likes a good Shakaka.
Oh, Chicago.
Shakaka. Hey, man.
No, but I
funny,
did.
man.
I was very honored and it was Simon's right. I did kind of overcome some
You have.
apprehension.
You have.
I'm like, even just like I came home and I decided like plus Amanda, Miss Amanda, Optimistic Prime. She's the one that really helped me purchase because I kind of knew what to do to buy it, but you always want that buddy to call and say, is it okay to go ahead and click this button,
Yeah.
And she had just done it. Yes, and so
that was 68J helped me do it. So he was awesome in that respect.
Yeah, well, 68J helped her do hers, and then I was pretty clear on like the steps that I needed to do. But as I was going through them, since I had never used the MetaMask wallet before, and I had never bridged a chain before, so I don't know what that. Oh, I think my meme kept playing in the background. I didn't realize that it was I was making, but so anyway, I wasn't super clear on it. Even though it was fairly easy, it's still nice to have somebody say yes, go ahead and click that, and then adding the coin. You had to have the address to add the coin so that you could actually have it in your option to be able to swap. But it was fairly smooth, and I have to say, I was surprised that it wasn't super expensive. I thought it was because it was on Ethereum. I thought it was going to be very expensive. So initially, I was like, well, why aren't they building this on the XRP ledger? I didn't really understand why they chose Ethereum, but when I think about it, it kind of does make sense. There's a lot of things that have been built on the Ethereum network. And I was listening to Charlie Shrem, which, Simon, you're going to tell me why it was funny when I messaged you today. For those of you who don't know, I mean, I've been listening to different people across the space. And Charlie Shrem is someone that has been in it from the very beginning. This guy, I mean, he went to prison. He went,
oh wow! So, that's the perfect hold strategy.
I'm telling
you, if you're having problems, if you're having issues trying to hold your coins, you're like, you know what? I'm just do 5 years. I'm gonna do 5 years. I'm gonna get out good. Now I'm gonna straighten out my whole life. I'm gonna get some me time, some perspective, and I'm gonna come out on top in 5 years. Just update my wallet. I'm good.
I'm just saying. So I used to listen to Charlie Shrem a couple years ago when he was really doing his podcast a lot, and I would listen to it a lot. And then, of course, it's been a little while since I've heard it. And I think XRP Drops posted a video of Charlie at Consensus 2022, and I remembered that conversation very well. And it was 4 fellas that were early in the space, and they were talking about the early days of Bitcoin and all the fun things that they did. And I've often said this space, a lot of the early guys, they were all living together, hanging out, and they were talking about the times when it wasn't really competition. They were just all together, and then certain things changed, and but they were friends with Brian from Coinbase and all these things. Anyway, if you guys ever get some time on your hands, check out his podcast. It's really, really good. He has some gem interviews on there with a lot of people that you probably have no idea who they are, but when they talk about what they've been building and what they've been doing, and now these are like 2 and 3 year old videos that interviews that he did, and it's really cool to listen back to those old interviews and then see where we are today. It's incredible. I don't know why I started telling you that. Oh, well, so when they talked a lot about DeFi, and they talked about meme coins and stuff, and they talked about Coinbase because their friend actually created Coinbase and all of that. And so when this token is put on the base chain, I didn't originally understand that is part of Coinbase, right? I didn't know that was a Coinbase thing.
Yeah,
right?
At some level, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did not know that. In fact, some folks purchased the Shakaka coin right from Coinbase. They added it in Coinbase, and they were able to successfully purchase it there also without having to do MetaMask, which I probably would have done. We got Litecoin Leader in here.
Whoa, what's good, Leader? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? Very cool. Chief Soup, me too. Yeah, Chief Soup says Shrem is the first person he listened to when he first came into the space. Him and Antonopoulos, I always say his name wrong. Those two I was listening to a lot. You know what I'm talking about? Antonopoulos, that guy, super smart.
Yeah. Not Pomp, right?
No, not that guy.
Yeah. He I mean, this is no disrespect to him, but he reminds me of y'all seen the show Suits?
No,
I haven't seen
I know of it.
Okay. All right. There's a lawyer in there. I can't remember his name, but he's always been like a B actor, kind of does like quick little cameo stand-ins. Anyways, if you go to Suits, you'll know which one I'm talking about. He's kind of the greaseball guy, but not saying Andrew Lopez is a greaseball, but I always get them confused. I'm like, man, I swear they're brothers.
No, Antonopoulos is not a greaseball at all.
No. Yeah, no. That's the role that the actor plays. He always plays he always gets the shaft and has to play the greaseball, but that's the job you do. The funny part.
Yeah, what's the funny part?
Okay, so it really wasn't funny. Only it was funny in the moment because it was a universe thing. Well, just before I talked to you, or we were sending messages back and forth, I was just thinking about the crypto space, emotions, and things how I want to on my channel that I just want to like try to re-engage because it's time. We always see this in bull runs, right? And what I'm noticing a lot more of is more of the problem that happens before the emotions, right? Okay, because the emotion is just the reaction of something that took a very long time to build up. Your emotion is the aftermath. You started that trail a long time ago, and that one of the things that I've identified, even in myself, is the fatigue of information, the fatigue of the conversations, good or bad, right? It's just we've been inundated on our own free will of this topic. And even like Keto, when you talk about read, it's like, man, it's so hard to read. People burn out. And that's actually what happened. I was reading the biz. I'm like, why don't we read? What's the problem here? Like, reading sucks sometimes, but like, what's the problem? And it's like, after all day, crypto, now go read some stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man,
I read all day, all the time.
I mean, do you guys remember junior high and high school? Right? It was bam, 4 hours of homework. You're like, what?
No.
For each
No,
class,
this is
not just one.
horrible.
Each class was
Yeah.
4 hours of homework, man.
Yeah. Ooh, yes.
And then let's
Yeah.
not even talk about the
Why?
daggone
Yeah.
big old books that you had to carry in your backpack that gave you back
Oh
problems
man, yeah,
when
and
you
they
were a
stayed in there.
kid.
Like I never used my locker. I never like no, there wasn't enough time to carry heavy
To
backpack.
go
You know, I
to
was
it, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
So
that's
No.
it. It's a level of fatigue. I think it's
yeah.
one thing I've identified for sure. It's a level of fatigue. Go ahead, Melissa.
So getting back to Charlie, I
Charlie.
and the Coinbase and the fact that they're building on the base chain, and you know, he referenced it was, you know, due to the fees and things like that, but something that I think it's interesting that they chose the base chain, and I'm wondering if that is going. There you go. Yes, guys, listen to this. And you know, it's incredible, Simon. There's not that many listens on his videos,
Yeah,
which is
I know,
just
but
surprises me.
like I'm looking at this though. I mean, okay, so we'll get back to the base what you're talking about, but I see 4K subscribers.
Yeah, he should have way more than
Just
that.
200, just, and I'm saying just from a content
Yes.
creator's perspective,
Yeah.
like 253 videos, you have 4K subscribers there.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something there, people. That's
Yeah.
a content creator's opinion. Like, hey, that guy is bringing some game or some good truth to the scene, because I know other channels, and most of us do too, that Stable Crew, perfect example, got 19,000 subscribers, right? But they got over 1,200 videos there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing. Shrem, a lot of these guys, Jared Kenna is another one that a lot of people don't talk about. He was early in Ripple. He was friends with all of these guys at the ground floor. Okay. These guys kind of disappeared from the scene. They were in it there for a minute. Jared Kenna in particular, he was gone, like just completely kind of faded out in a way. And then the first time I saw him in a long time was at that 22 consensus interview or chat that he did or whatever. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, for those of you that are interested, some people don't want to go into depth, but because I am a research kind of gal and I like to hear backstory, and it helps me formulate my opinions and guides me into things of how maybe things I want to look more into or invest my money in. And it just, I see the foundation that they've laid, and I see a lot of sprinkling of information and conversations and name dropping. There's a lot of name dropping in these videos, and places and projects and companies. And so as you're listening to these interviews or these chats, and you start looking those things up, you realize how long this has been going on and all of the things that are being built in the background. And you also realize that those that are in the front on Front Street, those aren't necessarily the ones that you should be paying attention to, I guess is what I'm saying. It's those in the background that are really making a dent in things. And so anyway, I just found it curious that he, and plus I gave him a shout out, and he acknowledged me on Twitter. And I was like,
the key to Melissa's heart.
Yeah. I was like, what up, Charlie?
Charlie bit my finger, and it really hurt.
Yeah. But also, Simon, when I told you that they were building on base, you were like, oh, that's interesting. And I remember you being really intrigued by that. And so what do you think about it? I mean, I could see this more attention being brought to this base, particularly because it is Coinbase, making Ethereum accessible to everyone and all of that. And so if our coin is on a chain that is cheaper and, you know, powered by Coinbase, when a bunch of this money starts coming in, these people come in, I could see this really doing pretty big things. You know, and then not to mention the fact of the name and everything else. I could see this on the evening news where they're like, there's a new coin in the crypto market. It's called Shakaka. I mean, I could totally see them, right? Can't you see that? Totally see it. You know, someone trying to be cool and saying Shakaka.
Yeah, right. I know. We're gonna see minivans going down the road, license plate trim, gonna say Shakaka. You know,
I'm gonna get me a bumper sticker.
Yeah, I like it. I like get the bumper sticker.
Window sticker, Shakaka sticker.
I did find it interesting, just from a platform perspective, that they chose base, because right now where we're at within this space, in regards to the creator development side, we're definitely layer 2, layer 3 type stuff. I mean, it's out there. It's not ideas anymore. Ideas right now is like Web 5. That's still an idea in an office somewhere, right? But here we got, you know, we got a chain that is created on top of a chain to, according to this chain and their site, to solve the fee problems and the speed problems and the lag, right? And so for me, I find that very, very interesting, because you have a new coin that's using the new chain that is on an old chain that is established. Okay, just from that there, it's like, oh, this is good. These guys have looked in. Now he said fees. It's like, nope. If you have a project, you are creating whatever way you want to call this, it's a product, right? The product has to be easy to use, easy to get, doesn't cost a lot to do it back and forth, to and fro, you know, has to have the following / community there as well. I mean, all these variables got to come into play. So I think that's great, you know, that they chose that. And I've seen a lot of other I shouldn't say a lot. I've seen quite a few in the recent months of projects that are utilizing base, even in the DeFi space. You could go to what is that? Aerodrome. Aerodrome's a DeFi decentralized exchange, but they're base based. They utilize base over there. And so it's like, wow, this is interesting. And it made sense to me. Lower fees, but still on the Ethereum network, compatible with almost, as you brought up, Melissa, earlier today or earlier this evening in the show, that you know, Ethereum is everywhere. Absolutely. There's tons of projects, apps, multiple apps that Ethereum is there. Well, cool. Here's the chain that's compatible with Ethereum, and now you can do everything that Ethereum can at a fraction, arguably a fraction of the cost. This is good. This is a fix. This is a workaround in a fix. So yeah, I think that's awesome. It's really, really awesome, because just from my view right now, they literally opened themselves up to have more opportunities to be in different places and not doing it the old way. They're doing it the new way. Right? A new way that's already been proven by the old way. Yes, this worked, but we're doing it better. I quote Alex Hormozi, everybody out in the Hormozi Nation, you know, don't focus on scale, focus on how I can do this better. And that's inevitably what they have done. They've chosen the thing that has said, hey, our project is how to make this better and still usable. You know, so that's base, right? You know what I'm saying? And here she comes, Shakaka. Come on.
I just wanted to let you guys know I need to hop off.
I know.
We 7 minutes over. Dang it. We going long.
It's been a long day. And
it has.
It's been an exciting day. Like, straight up, I definitely have to say I'm totally excited about what we're doing. I'm totally excited about tomorrow night. I'll send out some topics tonight or tomorrow morning. And I definitely want to say I'm super duper excited to be in it with you all. Just because of the fact that I really am excited about what we have now, you know, done. We've gone ahead and taken care of the utility aspect of it. Now it's time to have some fun and do some other things and to branch out. It doesn't mean that you don't want to do, anything when it comes to your utility coins. But now if your bags are packed and you're already set up in that realm, why not now go and see what the rest of the space has to offer? So that's where I look at it, and do it safely. Do it safely with projects that you already
DipAToe. Just dip your toe.
So I hope to see you all tomorrow night at Thirsty Thursdays with Keeping It 100 with Tia and the crew, because Miss Melissa will be there with me, and we're gonna kick it for the ladies. Other than that, I want to say thank you for having me. As always, I love you all.
Always a pleasure, Miss Keto. We love you.
And I can't wait to go ahead and hug your necks again.
Oh, I know.
So, because I give good hugs.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I will see you tomorrow night. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I will check y'all later. Love, peace, and hair grease.
Love peace you, my friend. Grease, baby. Have a good rest of the night.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Kita.
Bye, Kita.
All right. So before we close her down, because I'm
we're closing. I thought we were doing after party. Are we doing after party?
I want to go eat food. I want to go eat food.
What? No, it's overrated. Half it's grasshoppers and ants, anyways.
But what I did want to share before the 165 of you that are watching still on DipAToe, thank you so much for watching, and we would just love you guys to please subscribe to our channel, help us grow. We're at DipAToe on Rumble, at DipAToe on YouTube, at DipAToe Show on X. It would really help us if we could get some likes and maybe some comments, or some nice comments and some follows on there.
I'll take
help
bad
us
comments. Grow. I'm good with that too.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to tell our audience is next week on next Wednesday we have Mr. Patrick L. Riley is in the house.
Oh, Patrick's coming back for round number 3, right? This is round number 3.
Yes. Round number 3 for him, and he's going to bring some of his little posse for to talk about pillars and box.
Oh, cool, good, yeah, box, yeah.
So the
Squeeze
rest
is Squeeze gonna be there?
I think it's Alaskan Squeeze as part of the team. I'm not sure. I get confused, but I hope it is because I love them.
There's a lot of projects underneath that umbrella.
There is. But I'm really looking forward to having a chat with Patrick again. We've been so blessed in this space. We've met so many incredibly smart, gifted people that everyone that we've had on our show has a good heart and good intention. And so for those of you that might get a bad taste in your mouth because we're talking about a meme coin or whatever, just know that education is the key to success, and you don't have to dip a toe into it yourself. I'm dipping a toe into it for myself, and I'm going to support my friends, and I'm going to teach myself more about this whole thing, and looking at some things that I hadn't looked at before, and I couldn't do it with a better group of people. And again, I've built a network of people that I trust, and for information. And so, like, I called you up. You were the first person I called, Simon, and say, "What do you think, man? What do you think, my friend?" And
and I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'll punch holes in it. I'm like, well, but education. I mean, go learn this thing. If it's a sham scam, you're going to find out how all the little pieces that make it that, and nobody else will know that, and you'll be able to share that. If this is a solid, real deal with Bill McNeil, then you're going to find that out too, and so again, I commend you. I really do. I mean, you've come a long way. Nobody nobody really gets to see that, out here in the DipAToe world, except for a select few, but that's just by proxy, right? Your people
Yeah.
see you, they meet you, they shake your hand,
Yeah.
which gets me to what I would like to say, and that is, in this space, put it at the top of your list of something that you're going to do, and that is to go to any, and I do mean any. Excuse me, just one second. I probably didn't mute it in time. Oh, good. I did. Okay, good. Go to any cryptocurrency convention, meetup. Just go.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
100%.
You might not even, you might not like the coin that's there. Fine, whatever, man. It's good. It's really about the people, because I went to an XRP event. Melissa went to an XRP event, right? But
Yep.
yes, we were there we are all invested in XRP. Actually, I met some that weren't. They wanted to find out the real story in the community, so they had the cojones to go out there and question people and check this out. They needed to, and I strongly encourage that, because you will do what Melissa has done over the course of the 4 year, 3 years, 3 3 years
Since
that
I've
I have
known
gotten
you.
to know her.
Yeah.
3 years since I've known her and gotten to know her over the course of 3 years, and it really doesn't feel like it's that long, but it's like, wow, 3 years. But
I know.
you've grown
Wild.
so much where oh my gosh, if an opportunity came by, you like jumped out of the way, because it just looked like a big moving bus, and it
Yes.
was like, well, no, that, but you went through it. You went through it. There's still other things you're still going through on some of the coins that you purchased, but you're owning it, and and not only are you owning it, not that you weren't, but you're owning it in a way to where now you're using that to your advantage. You're leveraging the contrast that's happened in your journey here. And now here you are, about to be ground level in a project to see how this works, surrounded by others that have the knowledge of projects, surrounded by others who have created their own coin. Talking to Miss Amanda Jones, Miss Optimistic Prime. I think that's absolute. I think that's absolute fire. You're gonna be around that, and now your education is gonna soar. And the beautiful part is you're not locked in your mama's basement,
Right?
and not sharing the information. I mean, maybe you are locked in your mom's basement, but you're still here to share the information. And I know you'll do that, because that's what this show is all about, is dipping our toe. Here's what I learned. As my father would say, he says it a little different. God rest his soul. Scared Shakaka, but we do it anyways.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Facts.
I appreciate that.
You're
And
welcome.
and like I
that
said,
goes out to anybody else too.
I feel just very blessed with all of the people
you are very blessed.
I am 100%.
Yep.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
We just don't know it yet. We just haven't discovered it yet, but we are.
No, we are. Every one of us are. You're exactly right. Well, my friend, shall we call it a night? We thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to be.
I look forward to next week.
Patrick gonna be in the house.
Come with your questions, guys. Come with your questions. We'll do our best to ask those tough questions, because that's what I do. I try to ask. I try to go like, back up, wait a minute, because it's kind of like when you're reading a book and you come across a word that you don't know what it is. And then and they say, if you just keep reading, you don't retain anything you read after that, because your mind is still trying to figure out. That's how I am when I'm talking to these people. I'm like, I got to time out, because I don't know what you meant when you just said all this stuff. I need some foundation there.
And DipAToe family, that's why, as most of my people that know me, I am a very loud individual. My mouth does not
Loud.
typically stop, right? But I'm listening and I'm just paying attention. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Right. And Melissa, oh, back up. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was like, no, she got, ask the question because it's all going together in my head. I waiting to punch a hole in this thing. Oh, what about this, and this? Oh, okay, cool. All right, let's continue on. Yeah. Bring the questions. Bring your number 2 pencil. Bring your lunch money because on the DipAToe show, we're taking you to school.
Taking you to school. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.
Bye.